Hey everyone, Kristen here. As you know, I believe homemade is best, but it doesn't need to be complicated. And today I'm going to share with you the easiest way to make whole artichokes. We're going to steam up some artichokes here, and they are going to be perfectly tender. And the meat that comes off the artichoke, it's rich, it's luscious. Oh, it's one of my favorite appetizers. Artichokes are for more than just spinach artichoke dip. So let me first show you how to prepare an artichoke, because I think that's the thing that intimidates people the most about not trying to make artichokes at home. So you're going to just get artichokes, can be small like this one, medium or large. And it doesn't matter, I'll tell you the timing for any size. You want to make sure you purchase artichokes that are all about the same size. I'm going to cut off the big stem there, and then I cut off just the top, just to reveal there, looks like a little flower. I'm gonna rub this with some lemon juice here, which will help prevent the artichoke from browning. Then on the end of each leaf here is a little thorn. So we just wanna cut off the thorn, and actually that leaf, I wanna get rid of any leaves that look brown around the edges. That. You can find artichokes in season from March to late July here in the United States in most places. Costco typically has them in bulk when they're in season, farmers markets, Trader Joe's, even your local grocery store, although they're often a little bit higher priced at your grocery store than Trader Joe's, the farmers market, or Costco. So you're just gonna snip off just the little tip there where that thorn is. That's just the plant's natural protection against its little predators. And that's it. We're going to steam these artichokes, and once they're steamed, we can cut them open and remove the choke. You don't remove the choke, which is the center of the artichoke, until after it's been cooked. To steam our artichokes here, you want to pour in 1.5 cups of cold tap water in your Instant Pot. And you want to have your trivet placed in there. Because our artichokes are open like this, they are going to soak up some of the moisture that they're steamed in. So I did add 2 teaspoons of kosher salt to the salt. 2 teaspoons of kosher salt to the water, so that the artichokes can kind of be steamed with a salty water there. I'm also going to add in this lemon. I'm just gonna cut it in half and pop that in there. If you had some fresh herbs, tarragon, thyme, rosemary, they would be great aromatics as well. I'm keeping it pretty simple today. Then you just wanna place your artichokes, cut side or flower side down on your rack there. And I've already prepared several artichokes here. Pop those in. While you're preparing artichokes, because I was preparing more than one, and I assume you would be too, what I would recommend doing is after you cut your artichoke, rub it with lemon like I did, and then place the rest of your cut artichokes in some water, cold tap water, with some sliced lemons. That acidic lemon juice will prevent your artichokes from browning and just give them a little bit of flavor. Waste no food. I'm gonna put those lemon slices right in the Instant Pot so they can help flavor up the artichokes. Now pop your lid on your Instant Pot. Make sure your venting knob is pointed towards sealed. To set the cooking time, it all depends on the size of your artichoke. I had small artichokes today, and so I'm gonna cook for 8 minutes on high pressure. For medium artichokes, I recommend 13 minutes on high pressure, and for large artichokes, I would cook for 18 minutes on high pressure. One thing to note, we are going to do a quick release of pressure as soon as cooking time elapses. I know if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know I'm a big fan of letting pressure release naturally for at least a few minutes. But when you're cooking something delicate, like artichokes, like shrimp, like broccoli, some like green beans, things like that, you want to do a quick release of pressure so that you don't overcook your vegetable. To set the cooking time, use the pressure cook or manual button and use the plus or minus buttons to adjust to the appropriate time. In my case, 8 minutes for small artichokes. Now that the cooking time has elapsed, remember this is one time we want to do a quick release of any remaining pressure. So to do so, you want to stand back from your venting knob so you don't get burned. Use a long utensil and knock it from the ceiling to the venting position. Once pressure is fully released, open your lid. Steam bath in there. And how you'll know your artichokes are done is if you take a knife and you poke into the base and it's nice and tender, which we are. If for some reason your artichokes weren't fully cooked, you just pop your lid back on and cook for another minute or two. This is perfect. And this way it's better to undercook than overcook. That way your vegetables stay nice and tender. So I'm gonna remove those artichokes to a platter here. My favorite way to eat artichokes is to simply just pull off a leaf there and then use my teeth to scrape that meat. And you can dip it into butter. Some seasoned butter's great. Take a little bite. It's hot. It's buttery, it's rich. It has notes of lemon. Be really, really good and dipped in some salted butter. But I know you want to know how to remove the choke here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But first I'm going to let these cool down just a minute so I don't burn my hands. Now that my artichokes are cool, let me show you how you can remove the choke, and you have a couple options. You can just pull the leaves off until you get to the center. Once you're down to the center of the leaves, you can cut your artichoke in half and then use a spoon to scrape out that thistle part. And at the bottom there, around the thistle, that's what's called the artichoke heart, which is super tender. Now this is a small artichoke, so it has very little heart there, but you definitely want to reserve that. It's delicious just eaten plain, or of course used in any recipe calling for an artichoke heart. Your other option is to use a spoon and then dig out the center of the artichoke there, and that will remove the thistle, keep the artichoke in half, and that is beautiful for presentations, and then you can serve kids without them worrying about eating any of the choke. That's it. Super easy. It's a great way to prep artichokes to enjoy as an appetizer or as a side dish. It's a great way to try new veggies with your kids as well. And if you're looking for another fail-proof recipe for how to cook veggies in your Instant Pot, check out my next recipe where I share with you how to make Instant Pot corn on the cob. Until next time, happy cooking.